Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing good. So today I'm going to talk about XV6 and provide some example on this educational operating system to help you guys learn more about that. Before that, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Kasra Ahmedi, a second year PhD student in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of South Florida, Tampa, Florida. Uh, my research interests are about post-quantum cryptography, side channel analysis, and elliptic curve cryptography. And here I just want to help you to learn more about XV6 operating system because I was teacher assistant of this course and I have some knowledge that I can share with you and help you to understand more this concept. So we are going to start about what is XV6. XV6 operating system. So XV6 is a teaching operating system developed by MIT's operating system in 2006. So it's completely educational. It's not in production product, and it's just used for educational purpose. So if you want to use XV6 on the Windows machine, you should I recommend you to install WSL to launch an Ubuntu or Unix-based system, and based on that, continue your process. Because of the building build tools that you need in this process, it's better to have WSL or some Linux machine. So I try to download it and clone this project. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so I want to just open a Visual Studio Code first, and let me just document codes. Okay, so this operating system, all of the files that it has are here in this directory. So you may see different directory and files based on the operating system that you download. For example, the version that is used for Mac has two different directories, and the order of the files are different from this. So today I just want to introduce you into XV6, and then we're going to talk more and build some useful function in this XV6. Okay, so if you want to just run your XV6, just have the command first of all make. So you should wait for the GCC to compile all of these programs, C files, and then make QEMU. It's an emulator. So right now, when you see this $sign, you see the basic of the XV6. It's completely basic. It doesn't have the clear command. It doesn't know nothing about that. It knows what is ls and some basic commands. So first of all, it should be mentioned that this operating system at first is dummy. It doesn't know anything about the fanciest command of the Linux. So you should implement those commands if you wanna use it. So the binary files that it has, it's cat, it's echo, kill, make directory, and these kinds of files. So we can, for example, create a new file just by cat. Just for example, I say file name and say Kasra OS Kasra, and Control D after that. And right now we can see this file name. So if I copy this file name. I can see that I created this file. Okay, so by putting entering Control A and then X, you can terminate this emulator on the Windows machine. So I'm just going through the codes of this program, of this XV6, and just introduce you to some new command lines code that I want to implement them. Okay, let's talk about, let's see what is inside cat.c. So I just want to learn you how to fish, how to catch a fish in this course. I don't want to just introduce you to how to code or something just like that. I just want you to help you to the way of exploring. I just want to show you that to you. Okay, I just want to understand, for example, here, how does cat command implemented in XV6? Okay, I just opened the cat.c and I see that there are 3 files here. One is types.h, one is stat.h, and one other is user.h. So you may face this problem that some functions are not going to work in XV6 when you're implementing, for example, some C functions. This limitation is based on the libraries that it has included itself. It comes from these 3 header functions. So we all know what is read. So it's going to read a file, fill the buffer with it, and then after that just print all of the characters inside the buffer into our console with the printf command. So we know what is argc, we know what is argv. These are just arguments that our code gets, and then a cat function we will call, and it be used here. The cat function is inside here. So I'm going to create another function, for example, for just reading first line of the code, first line of any file, and printing that printing that line in a console. So before that, I just want you to understand these types.h, stat.h, and user.h. So what are these functions? So this cat.c program, you can look at the C file here. And I just want you to introduce to you makefile. So what is makefile here? So any code that you create here, and if you want to use that and make an executable file after that, you should define that in your makefile. So for example, I'm going to create a new program called test, and this test program should just print the first line of my file, my text file. So I should add this test file here. Okay, so you can see that the cat is added here, the echo is added here. So any file that you write in C language should be added here to be compiled, and you use that code inside your XV6 machine. Okay, we can find echo, echo.c is here. It's just simple. Okay, so let's see what are user.h, stat.h, and types.h. So user.h, so by exploring that, I can find some interesting functions. Fork, exit, wait, pipe. These are all system calls. So you may face in your example, in your homeworks, that, for example, create an system call to do this, to do that. Okay, so you should add that system file here. So we're gonna understand that user.h is somewhere that all of the functions are initiated here. So these are interesting functions, and you may someday try to use some functions For example, you want to find out that does for example malloc works on XV6 machine or not. Malloc is just a simple function you can use in any code, but XV6 has some restriction. Okay, so you're going to find that does XV6 support that malloc function or not. So yeah, I'm going to explore this user.h and I'm going to find that here. So we have a function called malloc. So I try to, for example, find how can I open a file in XV6. Okay, so I couldn't find any functions called fopen in user.h. So there's another file process.c that there's some types that defs.h. There's some other functions that I can use in my XV6 code. So in file.c I can understand that there are some specific functions for reading from file and writing in the file in the file.c. I can find that file.c, find the implementation, how did they implement that, how did they implement file write, they use system calls to write into the file, how do they do that, and I can find many useful functions here. So in devs.h and in user.h there are some useful functions that you should use these functions. One of the serious problems that the students face during the XV6 projects is that they do not use appropriate functions, and they say, oh god, why does this code works on my machine? It's just a simple Linux machine or Windows machine, but it's not working on XV6. So that's the main problem here. You should find appropriate function. You should find how you should do that. How do you you should do that through XV6. So these are all of your tools. You can find that functions here, and you can find that in devs.h. There are some useful functions, for example exec for running execution files, executable files, or reading files here. So right now I just want to provide a simple example and try to create a C program file in the user mode, and I'm not going to use system calls or create a system file in this tutorial. Just a simple program. So I just want to call this program my test.c, and I just want to use that in the XV6, just that. So in this program I just want to print the first line of the file. So I will get rid of, I just want to make it simple. I don't want to handle the exceptions or just like anything just like that. I will change this function. I call it my first line function, and I call this here my first line function cannot open, and I will call this here and here too. So instead of this 512 character, I will create a simple buffer. I will read it one by one. So in this function I will read the file. The file pointer is in this fd variable. I will read it, and I read it one byte, and then I should change this to a pointer. I should add an ampersand here, and after that, if the buff is equal to \n, I'm going to exit. I just want to write. Else I'm going to use. So the printf here is completely different, so you should understand how to use it. If I go to the so where is this file? Is the definition is in printf.c, so you can understand that the signature of this function is something just like this, and you should change it. So I should write 1 here. I'm going to print a single character, and then I'm going to write the buffer here. Okay, so there's some differences that you should find out. It's not just like the simple printf here. It's more low-level function. So after then, I will review it. My first line function, I will use that here and here. Okay, that's really good. So I should tell my XV6, my makefile rules, to compile this program. So here I'm going to put an underline here, and then say my test, just like the cat. I will see what is, by which rule does the cat get generated, and I follow that rule and add my test. Here, first of all, I say make clean, then make, hopefully not got no error, and then make QEMU. Okay, everything goes well. So right now, if I type ls, I should see this my test.c. Okay, I can find the binary file here. So first of all, I try to create a file. I call it my file. I'll say it, I love XV6. Hopefully. Next line, I hate XV6. So which file are you going to print? So right now, if I use my test, and then the argument is going to be my file. Okay, I love XV6. That's really good. So the first line of this file is printed. So in the next tutorials, I'm going to take an overview on system calls, on scheduling, and the process structure. This is just a warm-up tutorial. So I would like to know your feedback. I want you to give me some feedback, comments. What are you interested in more, and what is so what are the concepts that are hard for you to I will get over it and make it simple for you. Thank you guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Bye.